Hey everybody, DJ Professor Lee here, and I just wanted to spend a little time talking to you about a question that often comes up when DJs get together and they start talking about DJ software. And that is, what software is the best for DJing? And, if you're expecting me to give you a definitive answer on that one, it's not going to happen. I think anyone who's spent any time at all researching DJ software would have pretty much come to the conclusion that it's really about preference. It's not even about what's best. It's about what is your preference, and also what is your application for the DJ software that you choose to use. So there are a lot of great software products out there. Just to name a few, there's Megaseg, there is Cross DJ or Mix, there is Tractor, there's Otis, there is Serato, and there's Virtual DJ, and there's DJ, and I'm sure I'm leaving a bunch of others out that are worthy of mention. But those are the ones that typically come to mind, and those are the ones that typically come up for discussion. So I'm going to limit my time with you to just talking about the two that I use the most, and the reason I picked these is precisely because of what I said in the beginning. These are my preference. These aren't better than others. They just seem to work well for me. So I'm going to start with Serato. Serato as a product, as a DJ software, in my opinion, is an outstanding piece of software. There's just no question about it. What I like about it is it's very easy to use. It's very user-friendly in terms of plugging in your controller. If you're using a Serato approved controller, plugging it in, turning on your machine, and it just simply works. And I think that's what a lot of DJs who are looking for something that's easy to use and something that just works, that's what attracts them to that particular product. So for that reason, many of them do tend to gravitate towards it, and it's understandable. It also doesn't allow you to do a lot of tweaking to it, so therefore users getting into it and fiddling around and messing things up, it's not as likely to happen as it is with some of the other software. Okay, so those are some really positive features about it. Also, it had for a long time pretty much one of the exclusive features of being able to allow users to share crates with each other, which made it particularly useful for club DJs and people who needed to work on the same machine, but then swap out very quickly. So that was a nice feature. And then there's Virtual DJ, and I'm specifically talking about Virtual DJ 8. My preference in terms of which software I use is Virtual DJ 8. Not particularly because it's better than Serato DJ or better than Tractor. I don't know if I'm qualified to make that decision or that judgment. All I can say is I prefer to use Virtual DJ 8 because it seems to fit better with the way I like to organize my workflow. That's it. As far as the sound engine is concerned, it's comparable to all the others. As far as it being solid and stable on my system, that is, I don't have any complaints with it. It works perfectly for me, and believe me, I've tweaked it, I've tested it, I've put it through its maximum. So what I like about Virtual DJ 8 in terms of how I like to work is that it gives me a lot of flexibility to customize my workflow the way I like to work, and that's why I choose that particular program. I occasionally do use Serato, which is why I mentioned it as the two that I would talk about, because there are a number of situations where I work where everyone else is using Serato, and in order for me to be a part of that team and to be able to swap out very quickly, I need to be able to have the capability and the skill set to be able to use that software. And I don't mind that. I prefer to use Virtual DJ, but in that scenario, I'm relegated to using Serato. All right, so I don't know if that would help you in terms of making your decision. If you look at some of my other videos, you will see me going through some of the aspects of Virtual DJ that I find useful for me as a mobile DJ, And maybe that would help you make your decision as to whether or not you would give Virtual DJ another look. I also will do some videos on Serato as well, in terms of what I find useful and how I set it up. And maybe that'll help you make your decision if you've thought that you wanted to go in that direction for whatever reason. All right, so that's it for me. That's all I wanted to talk about a little bit for today. And that's it for me. I'm DJ Professor Lee. Talk to you soon.